Well, hey there friends, it's Mandy with Sweetly Home, and today I'm going to show you my Tupperware organization. So it is in this little cupboard right here with the two doors. I have showed you what is in this bottom cupboard right here. That is our kid cupboard organization. And I'm hoping to kind of go through these drawers and this cupboard as well and show you the organization in those systems and in those zones. But for today, I have finally tackled my Tupperware organization, and I'm excited to show you the system that we put in place and how it's being organized. And hopefully, if you're struggling with Tupperware organization, this system may help you as well. So here is an overview of the cupboard. This cupboard is really tall. As you can see, our cupboards pretty much go to the ceiling, so the things on top are things that I'm not accessing remotely on a regular basis at all. On top, on the left, that green thing is a pickle container from Tupperware. So really this is a Tupperware cupboard because almost all of this is actual Tupperware stuff. So I have a larger one of those containers in my fridge, and the smaller one I just don't need right now. I don't have more than one kind of pickle, and that is really all that I would need that for. So it's up there out of the way. Right next to it is an extra milk jug container. If you don't know, in Canada we drink milk from a bag, and the bag goes in one of those milk containers and jugs, I guess you call it, and obviously it goes in the fridge. But we have one right now, and we only have one type of milk, so we don't need the other. And then those are two pitchers on top. We are not big juice drinkers, but when we do drink juice, my husband gets one down and we use it. But it's so rare that up they stay. In the summer, I'll probably use that yellow pitcher a bit more. I might fill it with flavored water for the kids and myself, but for now, we don't need it. So the middle shelf, I have just got some bowls, and again, they are Tupperware brand, which is just kind of funny, but there are 6 bowls that actually live in here. They all nest inside of one another. And then underneath, it's in use right now, but underneath I have a Tupperware container that's square, and it would hold treats. Right now it's holding turkey in the fridge, but it will go right underneath of it. So I've got some space on top of the bowls so that I could have some stacking some things that need stacked underneath of the bowls. So I have a little bit of room within this system to grow. At this point, I don't really plan on growing because I really have everything that I need as far as Tupperware containers are concerned. It works. So next to this, I have got these wire stacking shelves. I believe I got these from my mother-in-law. I think she was getting rid of them, asked if I could use them, and I said yes. I did have them in my pantry originally. You could also use these to store cans, but we don't have a lot of canned goods on hand. So what makes sense for me is to hold our bottles, like our drinking bottles. So I actually have enough to fill this bottom container. They are just in use right now, and they just fit so great. Like this Nalgene bottle, how many ounces is this? 32 ounces, and it fits perfect right in there with even a little bit of room to spare. So I've got tumblers, and I've got my husband's thermos, my favorite Contigo water bottle. They all just fit right here, and they stack, and it's so great. I saw another idea for drinking bottles on another person's video, I believe, and I think she had them in a drawer, and they were in a bin, and she was able to pull the drawer out, and they were all contained in the bin, not falling over. Love that idea. If I ever need the rest of this cupboard for my Tupperware, I can move this system because I have a couple available drawers, but I really like them here. I can see everything that I have, and it's working so great. So that is how we're containing those. Prior to this, they were all just stuck on this bottom shelf, and they were falling over. I never had the room, but taking advantage of the vertical space has worked so great. Another idea, if you don't have these wire stacking shelves. I just used what I had on hand. An idea would be to get some wire pantry shelves. Our dollar store, it's called Dollarama, has a shelf that is about this length. And you could put a bin on top and one on the bottom that would hold your containers. So I'll show you what I'm doing with that idea in mind with the rest of my Tupperware storage, but there's an idea for you if you don't have those wire holder things, bobs. Okay, so what I'm kind of referencing here is this system. So I've got a shelf right here, and the shelf is just tall enough to fit this bin, and it easily slides in and out. And I can put stuff on top and stuff on the bottom to take full advantage of this cupboard. When it comes to organization, we often forget about the vertical space, and the vertical space is the extra space that we've been given to utilize the best as possible to store the extra that we have. Now, if I had not been taking advantage of this vertical space, let me tell you, prior to this whole system, it was a wreck, and it was so not conducive to function for our family. So this bin I got from a Target liquidation store. It is a Sterilite brand, and you might be able to find them at your local Target. It is, I'm going to pull it out so you can see the length and the depth of it. It's a pretty big bin. Here's what I've got. I have got these purple containers. They are nesting bowls. I think I've got like 6 of them, and we store leftovers in these. So if we just have a small portion of something left, we can stick them in these containers. And then I have this other Tupperware bowl. I have this little blue container from the dollar spot at Target, and it's holding the lids. So the lids are not willy-nilly. I've got a spot for them. And as this system grows, we have space to grow with it. So these containers, this glass one is actually my mother-in-law's, which I need to remember to give back to her. She was just here last night. Whoops. So I've got to give this back to her. And then I have 2 Snapware containers, and those, again, this is basically where we store the dishes that we store for leftovers. My eventual hope is to move to glass, but I am not interested in getting rid of any of this anytime soon. But I would ultimately like to have glass. We don't have a microwave, so I'm not worried about heating up the plastic. So storing it just for a couple days in the fridge is no biggie in my book. So this is kind of how this drawer is laid out. It's not really a drawer, but it functions as a drawer, so I guess that's why I'm calling it a drawer. But it works really good, and again, I can tweak this system around. I can stack a little bit more and change things up as our storage areas and needs grow. So if you're going through your Tupperware, make sure that you have all the lids for your containers. There's nothing more irritating than getting a dish, loading it with food, and realizing you don't have the proper fitting lid. So just be ruthless, go through and get rid of the stuff that isn't working. You can easily donate these items. There's no sense in cluttering up the landfill, so donate these items because someone else could use them. Okay, so on top, this bin is again from Target. We got it from that Target liquidation store. And inside I've got these little cutie pie cup containers from Tupperware, and they just hold snacks for the kids. They are so super duper perfect for kids, and this one's my favorite. I love that one. So I will pack snacks for the kids for church, or if we're going on an outing. These are perfect to just toss in our bags, and boom, we are good to go. They fit really easily here, and they have all these interchangeable lids, and that works great. So they go up here. And then this container is a Tupperware container that holds lunch meat and cheese and things like that. Now, I bought that thinking I was going to love it and it would be super duper great, but I'm not loving it and I'm not using it that much. So I'm thinking of maybe donating this. I'm not sure. I might give it a couple more goes and see if I like it, but if I'm finding that I need the space, I have no problem getting rid of it because I'm not using it right now, but I spent a lot of money on it. It's kind of that whole situation, which isn't good. Don't be bound by what you spent on something. Get rid of it, but that's easier said than done, I will admit. Okay, so this white container, and this is actually a milk bag storage container. So again, I'm from Canada. I'm not from Canada. I live in Canada. I'm an American living in Canada. This goes into your fridge to hold your milk bags to keep them from falling over. And we have one in the fridge, and for a while we had 2 different types of milk. You know, Homo milk for my son, and then just regular milk for the rest of the family. But he's not drinking that anymore, so I put it up here, and it holds our lids. So we just have lids for the different Tupperware things. These are for those big nesting bowls. And then these are for some of the containers that were in this drawer. So, as far as this container is concerned, if you're not in Canada and don't have a milk jug bag storage thing, I've seen file boxes that you can get like at Office Depot and I think even Walmart. And I think those are narrow enough and probably not super duper deep that would probably fit in most standard cupboards. So I've seen a lot of people use those for fridge and freezer and pantry organization. So here's just an idea of how you could do that with your Tupperware organization. So again, this is just my Tupperware organization. It's really working really great for us and functioning so well. I've lived with this system for a couple weeks now and it has just been so great. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got a couple ideas that can maybe help you out, and I hope you guys have a really great day. I will talk to you later. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I love my subscribers. Y'all rock. Have a great day, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.